Hello everyone, this is Swapna from Magic Paper Pixie. I hope all of you are doing well. For today's tutorial, I have some very simple zodiac sign cards for you. These zodiac sign stamp set by Craftangles, and it is called their horoscope range, are really versatile and they can be used in different ways to make really quick and simple cards, and you can keep it in your stash to gift it to people and send them on their birthdays throughout the year. For today's tutorial, I will be using watercolor paper. This watercolor paper is by Craftangles. It's 100% cotton and I have chosen the smooth texture. They have a variety of watercolor papers. I would definitely recommend you all checking out the website to see which watercolor paper suits your needs. While we're at it, let me just tell you this watercolor paper is 9 by 12 inches. I wanted to cut it down into half so that I can use it to make two cards with one cardstock. Okay, so let's get started. For this particular technique, I have taken an acetate sheet and cut it into a smaller size, which is smaller than the cardstock, since I didn't want it to fill up the entire cardstock. Now you can use an acrylic block or any other plastic material that you want if you want to try out this technique. So I start by smushing down the distress inks on the acetate. So I have chosen three colors for it, that is wild honey, spiced marmalade and abandoned coral that I had in my stack. So I have gone very heavy handed on the acetate with these colors. I wanted the colors to be dark and vibrant. So I have actually pressed down the stamp pads on the acetate quite a bit. Now after applying these colors on the acetate, the next step is to take a spray bottle of water and spritz water all over the acetate. These colors will automatically blend with each other as soon as water reacts with it. So now going forward, what happens is these colors have all blended in very smoothly with each other. You need to pick this acetate and quickly place it on top of the cardstock. Now I would recommend doing this in one quick motion so that the colors and the water does not spread everywhere. If you notice the cardstock, I did manage to spill some watercolor outside of where I intended to, but it's perfectly okay. We can always work around it. See, you can actually use a heat gun and quicken the drying process for these cards quickly, but I left it to air dry. And since I was making multiple cards, I just kept the panel aside till it dried. For the second card, I've used the same acetate after wiping it down with a cloth, and this time I have used Distress Oxide inks. Now if you notice, the Distress Oxide inks they look more pigmented on the acetate and they look more chalky. This also gives a very beautiful effect once you spray water on them. It reacts in a different way from what the usual distress inks react. So I have followed the same process. Here I have used three colors, that is salty ocean, peacock feathers and twisted citron. I spritz some water on top of the acetate like I did in the previous card panel and quickly put it on top of the card panel. Now once I put the acetate on top of the card, I just press it down so that to ensure that the colors are properly transferred onto the cardstock. Once I take out the acetate, the colors are still flowing. So this time I had cut a couple of more cardstocks. So I wanted to try a different shape rather than the regular acetate. So here I have used an acrylic block that I have and used different combinations of colors and have followed the same technique. Now for the next card, I have taken the regular cardstock, that is the dual textured cardstock by Craftangles, and here I have just done some basic Distress Oxide blending with 3 to 4 colors, that is Seedless Preserves, Wilted Violet, Picked Raspberries and Black Soot. Here I am trying to mimic a night sky since I wanted to put one of the zodiac signs on top of a night sky. For the purpose of this video, I have actually first prepared all the panels since I was making multiple cards and I was planning to use similar techniques on each of these cards. For this card, I have just finished blending all these cards, and I think this looks like a lighter version of the night sky, but I like the shade, so I keep it that way. For the next step, I have stamped some of these card panels with Versamark ink. So in this particular card, I have used Versamark ink to stamp the zodiac sign on the card panel, and I plan to emboss it with some metallic gold embossing powder. I somehow thought that it will give a nice sparkly look to the zodiac sign. Once I heat set the stamped image with golden embossing powder on the cardstock, I like the effect, so I decided to emboss the sentiment as well with the same embossing powder on the cardstock. Similarly, for some of the cardstock, I have used silver metallic embossing powder to again give it a shiny effect. So I have switched between gold and silver for some of the cardstock. For the cardstock where I had used simple distress oxides for blending in, I have again used a gold glittery embossing powder to emboss the stamped image as well as the sentiment. I really like how these glittery embossing powders look against the backdrop of watercolors. I trimmed down some of the card panels to fit onto the note card, and I just wanted to try one more technique wherein in one or two of the card panels I have used Versamark ink to roughly go around the card panel to give it a border, and then embossed it with sparkling powder and heat set. In a few of the watercolor panels, I have also used the Memento black ink, which is used for regular stamping, and I just stamped the image as well as the sentiment with it. The black against a watercolor background on a watercolor panel also looks extremely beautiful. I would, however, recommend stamping these images dark and crisp on the watercolor panels. Since the watercolor panels are usually textured, it might take a couple of attempts to get these images crisp and clear on the paper. For this, I would definitely recommend using a stamping platform like the Misty or any other stamping platform that you have to ensure that the images are stamped properly. I also used the same black ink on one more watercolor panel. I like how the black looks against the yellowish orange background. And with this, I have all my panels ready, and they're all ready to be converted into beautiful cards. So for one of the panels in this, I decided that I will give a jagged edge to this watercolor panel. So I simply used this tool by Tinholes to give rugged edges to your paper. I have used this quite a lot in my scrapbooking projects, so I just wanted to give it a try here as well. So I have already pasted these panels on top of note cards. In some of them I have added foam tape, and in some I have added panels behind these cardstock just to give the cards an additional pop. Now for giving it a final look, I decided to splatter some ink on top of these cards. So for that, I have taken the Memento black ink, spritzed some water on an acrylic block, and taken it on my brush and splattered the color across the cards. I've also used a golden shimmer spray and splattered it across the card along with the black color. I also went ahead and embellished the cards with sequins and clear water droplets just to add some more glitter and shine to the cards. These cards are extremely simple and easy to make, and it barely takes any time. Believe me when I say this, because I really didn't intend to make 6 cards, but I was enjoying the process so much that I went ahead and I had 6 cards with me. These cards are always so handy, and it's really nice to have them in your stash because these are completely gender neutral and appropriate for any age. I hope you like these cards, and if you do give them a shot, don't forget to tag us on your social media handles. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more ideas and inspirations. Until later, happy crafting. See you soon.